is the NDP deliberately stalling on election.
That was the Liberals' approach until we forced them to bring in concrete legislation to give more protection.
I mean, even as a result, even if we take that at face value, prices are still terrible at the grocery store.
Yeah. Well, so again, the changes have come in just now.
But you're keeping a government in power that is presiding over that. Like, you alone are responsible for keeping them in power and calling him a failed leader.
You see, even CTV are calling them out. If CTV are calling out the NDP and Jagmeet Singh for stalling on Justin Trudeau and backing up all the wacko things that he's doing, then yeah, he's definitely stalling on an election. And we know why, don't we? It's because of his pension. He keeps saying, oh, we're working it out, I'm working this out, I'm working that out. But he's not working anything out, is he? Has he done anything really that's really helping Canadians? Really? Contraception and diabetes medicine. That's it. That's all. And I think you need to jump through so many hoops just to get any of them. Anyway, let's move on. Trudeau was asked how long before a young person will be able to buy a house under Justin Trudeau's new housing plan. Yeah, he didn't give a straight answer, but he's sort of an answer, and he's sort of forever. Never forever.
How long is it going to take to get out of this, to reach the point where we were 2010 or so, where someone with a job and a little bit of savings for a down payment can actually buy a home?
We project that our investments and our comprehensive and ambitious housing plan, the most comprehensive and ambitious plan that Canada has ever seen, will contribute to creating close to 4 million new homes over the coming decade or so, over the coming years, less than a decade. That is going to, we're going to see real changes. When we announced cutting of the GST on purpose-built rentals, within a couple of days, a whole bunch of different companies across the country put up their hands and said, okay, we can now build thousands more purpose-built rentals because of this change that makes the math work. And similarly, across the board, what we're doing is resulting in building more homes, delivering more supply, particularly affordable supplies. So the big change is that young people that I spoke with who right now are saying, I don't even think I'll ever be able to afford a home, will suddenly say, okay, I now see that there's a path for me to be able to buy a home. Maybe not right now, maybe not this coming summer, but in the coming years, this is going to change. And this is as much about building that optimism again that young people need to have in the future of the country, which is part of why we made the decision to ask the wealthiest, often of older generations, whose money works for them, instead of necessarily them working as hard as these young people are for their money, for their salaries. We've raised the capital gain inclusion rate to make sure that the people who've done the best over the past years in a society and an economy that is tilted slightly towards them actually gets retilted a bit more towards the young people we need to continue to grow our economy long into the future.
Yeah, that's definitely a really don't know what I'm doing answer. Please don't ask me those complicated questions answer. Yeah, I don't think you young people will ever be able to afford a home in Canada unless you're going to move out into the dingles or dongles or whatever you want to call it. If you want to move up north, you know, maybe there. But if you want to live near a major city where all the work is, or the better paying work, should I say, no, I don't think it's going to happen. Anyway, let's move on. Let's do some, well, before we get to the comments, let's just talk about the back end of a YouTube channel. I don't know if you're interested, but I brought up a few stats because we just hit 4,000 subs, and I'm like, whoa, who's watching this? And it's we got the age of the people who watch it, mostly 55 to 65 plus. you're my guys. Well, I'm 60s, just peaking, just over 60. What else we got? Who's subscribed? Who's watching the channel who's subscribed? 79% of people are not subscribed. Only 20% of people who watch this channel are actually subscribed. So if you can subscribe, that'd be great. It'd be really helps push the algorithm and stuff. I think likes are more pushy to YouTube than subscribe, but you know, anything's great. Anything is pretty cool. And what are other people watching who watch this channel? It starts with Moose on the Loose. Wow, he went pretty wild, he got pretty big pretty quick, I think. Moose on the Loose. Mr. Sunshine Baby. Yep. It's over! Yeah, he's top there. The Pleb, he's a funny guy, I like the Pleb. Canadian Capital Clips, I don't think I've watched that. Street Politics Canada, Toronto's Sun, I watched that. Northern Perspective, who doesn't watch Cypher and Fox. Unacceptable Fringe, awesome channel, love that channel. And Pierre Polyev, no idea who he is. Anyway, let's let's move on to the comments.
If I was Prime Minister, I would take responsibility. I would own that. I'm not Prime Minister.
It's an awesome day today. Lovely, sunny, 12, tell you what degrees it is. It's 17 degrees. Lovely, April weather. Anyway, let's get started. Sorry, we're closed. Missed opportunity. Trudeau's costly mistake. Why refusing LNG sales spells trouble for Canada's economy. You know, Canada could be the richest country in the world. Quite easily the richest country in the world. And Trudeau doesn't want anything to do with it. It's absolutely ridiculous. Oh, by the way, we might be doing t-shirts and stickers soon. My son's got a t-shirt sticker thing. Might be doing t-shirts, not like this. Not sure what we're going to put on the t-shirts yet. If you got any ideas, guys, just stick them down in the comments and we'll go with that. We're thinking maybe Trudeau wacko to start with, or we're looking at a design for like a Coors Light with Canadian free on it, in written like Coors Light. Thought that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, if you got any ideas, just drop us a comment. Anyway, carry on with the comments. User said,
Trudeau is rolling up his sleeve and working hard to make Canada a third world country on his way to succeed. He
is, yeah. He's absolutely trying to ruin Canada. Like I said, Canada could be one of the richest countries in the world, but we're struggling because we're not using the commodities that we have. You know, they want to go and dig up all the stuff to make batteries, but they won't dig up the stuff to stop using coal. So why don't they pump LNG out and spread that around the world? The thing is, if we don't do it, somebody else is going to do it. So why can't Canada have the money and don't let Russia and USA take the money instead? Schwag says,
Yet we still ship coal right out of the west coast of BC. I wonder if Trudeau even knows that. A clueless, hypocritical overlord.
Exactly. I've been saying that all along when people talk about, Canada's so clean. No, Canada ships coal to China and to India. Canada digs up coal and sends it there so they can burn it. So Canada can look clean. Many people don't even realize that. Carmela said,
Thank you for this video and highlighting its importance. I believe that not utilizing a country's resources to the benefit of its people should be grounds for a charge of treason. If not, why do we pay for a government to exist and get rich off the backs of hard-working Canadians?
Exactly. Why are we paying for a government who's not working for the like a government like Pierre Polyev has said all along? Less government, work for the people. Barney says,
I agree. Trudeau should cure all his problems: re-economy, housing, employment, and the need to continue diving into our pockets for dollars. If he would greenlight LNG project sales to proceed, if he adapted a worldwide concern for the environment, he would realize by selling LNG to other countries, their dependence on coal will be reduced, therefore reducing emissions on a larger scale. One only needs to view the videos on Russia's massive LNG 2 plant and the Murmansk project to realize other countries won't be asking Canada again.
We won't get asked again. That video shows 7 countries who have asked Canada for LNG. It's an important video, you should watch it. It shows everything that the countries said and about how they wanted to work with Canada to promote LNG, or to take our LNG. And Canada doesn't want it. Canada wants to, but that idiot wacko doesn't want to. Anyway, let's move swiftly on to everything the Liberals do is wacko. Hey, yeah. How did that happen? Conservative MP shocks Parliament with this wacko speech. She did, just coming right out with that and saying that straight, just standing and saying all the things that Michelle said. Absolutely amazing. Araconax, if I said that right.
This woman says all the things that needs to be said, all the things that most Canadians feel and live every day. The lack of conscience and hubris by the Liberal coalition is truly disgraceful. Trudeau doubles down on his mistakes rather than reversing course and doing the right thing.
At least that's something I can give Doug Ford. Doug Ford's a bit of a Liberal conservative, but when he screws up, he does double back and says, I screwed up, I'm going to change things. Oh. Helicopter. Anyway, user says,
yes, Trudeau and Greg Fergus is truly wacko. Greg Fergus is a disgrace. Step down, Pierre Poilievre for Prime Minister.
He will be Prime Minister. There was a by-election, I should really do a video about it. There was a by-election in Milton and somewhere else on the west side. Milton was supposedly a close thing between Conservatives and Liberals. And Bonnie Crombie, the now head of the Ontario Liberals, she was going to run in that, but pulled out at the last minute because they got hammered, absolutely hammered by the Conservatives. That's the way the vote's going to go. It's going to all be Conservative. I don't know where she's going to get a seat because nobody wants Liberal. Robert says,
way to go, Michelle. The vast majority of Canadians strongly support and agree with what you have to say about arrogant, scandal-plagued, lying, very corrupt and extremely entitled, spoiled brat Justin Trudeau. Keep up the good work, Michelle.
That's just... that sums him up pretty much there. I got to say that bit again. Say about arrogant, scandal-plagued, lying, very corrupt and extremely entitled, spoiled brat Justin Trudeau. I love that. That could go on a t-shirt, couldn't it? Husklo Monsieur says,
truth hurts, doesn't it? Justin is toxic and the speaker needs to be fired.
It does. What's he still doing in there? Krusty Cano. Krusty's going 3 times now. He's got 3 videos a week now on his channel. So, you know, when you finish there, go and watch some of Krusty's stuff. It's really good podcast type broadcasting.
Wacko indeed, yet the backbenchers say nothing.
No, they're silent. They never say anything. They just like sit back there and go, counting the pensions. Alex said,
she speaks aloud what majority of Canadians are thinking, but maybe too apprehensive to say themselves. Pierre Poilievre will be our new Prime Minister.
Yep, another one saying that he's going to be the Prime Minister. He will be. No doubt he's going to be Canada's new Prime Minister. Brian said,
this is just crazy. It's the fall of civilization as we know it. She nails it perfectly. In fact, you could be forgiven if one thought she was reading a script to some apocalyptic movie. The scary part is, this is Canada today.
Could you imagine, Brian? Could you imagine writing a movie about Canada? Nobody'd go and watch it. It'd be unbelievable, wouldn't it? Mike says,
appointing Fergus as speaker and Mary Simon as Governor General is wacko.
Daniel said,
brave and correct. I like her attitude and no BS language. Ferguson is a poop emoji.
Kevin said,
sometimes I think they have forced the whole country into wackodom. We have been assimilated. Resistance seems futile.
I'm going to finish off with these slick shady.
Pierre Poilievre for PM. Michelle Ferreri for Deputy Prime Minister. That's a good point. It's that easy, Canada.
Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Drop them comments. Keep them clean. You might end up on a Sunday video. Until next time.